And back at the Tipoff Luncheon and Media Day, visiting now with Panther head coach Rob Jeter. And, Coach, your players sound excited. The fans sound excited. I think everybody's ready for this season to get going.
Well, I hope everyone's excited because I know we are. The guys have had a great spring after last season, had a great summer. The fall's been pretty good to us, so we're ready to play.
Tell me about these first few weeks of actual practice when you've been able to get them out on the floor. How's that going? What sorts of things have you been working on? What are the results, so to speak, so far?
Well, we're just trying to establish those points of emphasis for the year, and I think the big thing for us is we're trying to take a few points off the board on the other team. And if we can improve our offensive efficiency and take away a few points defensively, then I think we obviously have a better chance to win. But for this group, we need to get some guys healthy. We need to get our entire group together, and it seems as though the only way we've been able to do that is on game nights.
When we talk about the defense, I know you've been preaching it because every player that stood in this spot has talked about defense. Tell me, what kinds of things do you need to see your team do better on the defensive end to get those better results?
Well, it's one thing to talk about it, and there's been a lot of talk about our defense with our group. Now we have to go out there and actually do it, and it's about forming habits. We all have good and bad habits. We're trying to improve on the good habits. So we've just been trying to do things to increase on the coming over the help on the weak side, making sure that we're doing the right things defensively that we talk about every day, and we're trying to get our bodies to do it all the time, not just some of the time. And, again, it's creating those habits, so that's what the drill works for.
Whether it's the scrimmage last night or when the fans start to get to see the team in action, one of the things jumps out at me, most of the guys in that quote-unquote first group are all guys they saw last year. I mean, you were in a much different position playing guys with experience than you've been recently.
Yeah, last year I think Tony Meyer burst on the scene and was a pleasant surprise for us as a freshman. We haven't had that freshman this year that we needed to do that. It's not that we don't have any freshmen that are ready to play, because I think we do. And it is good to see a veteran group out there leading the team. And that's what we saw last night in our dress rehearsal with our scrimmage. We had 7 guys that all returned from last year that saw a lot of minutes. And we still had a few players on the other side that I think are ready to play, with some new faces in a Ryan Haggerty and a Riley Walker, Gerard McCallum. Those are the 3 of the new faces that I thought stepped up a little bit last night in our scrimmage.
We talk about the season as a whole. That leads us to trying to win the Horizon League. And seems to me you guys have the credentials to be in that picture. At the same time, this league seems to be as difficult as it's been in some time.
It has. Everyone's talking about the teams that always come to mind in the Horizon League, but the teams that they're not talking about are just as deadly. Detroit, a very, very good team. McCallum is doing a good job of piecing together some high major players that he coached before at other different places, and they're going to be a very scary team. And you look at Youngstown State, they bring back a veteran group that played some pretty good basketball last year. Valparaiso and Homer Drew, well coached, and you go down the line. And then you look at the usual suspects near the top, along with us, and Wright State and Cleveland State and Butler, and then you throw a Green Bay that's rebuilding, but they have enough of a nucleus to be very dangerous too. So it's going to be a very competitive season.
Coach, we look forward to getting it underway. Best of luck. Obviously, we'll talk to you all year.
Thank you.